Hey guys, so welcome to another Star Wars review. Today we'll be having a look at the Podracer pilots, the one that's just come out in Toys R Us a few days ago. Anyway, it's to celebrate obviously episode 1, as we all know. I'm not going to show you the box as normal because I never do. Anyway, we'll start off with my least favourite character first off, which is this guy, Gascano. He's just the least amazing, in my opinion. I think he's the only one from like episode 1's line. So he's got a swivel head. There's a very small joint up there, which makes me worry that one day it'll split, but I've already got another Gascano anyway, so it doesn't really matter. It's also got kind of this waist articulation and ball hinged elbows anyway. Shoulders, not elbows. God, I don't know my own body parts. Anyway, other than that, that's it. That's where its articulation stops. So, interesting looking chappy, as you can see. Kind of got sort of a policeman's helmet going on, so that's interesting. But overall, quite nicely detailed. You know, he's got the peg holes for obviously his stand. They also come with all these flags, made out of kind of very flimsy sort of stuff. But still, it's a flag. Ah, flags. So if you go down to the beach, you can put it in. So that'd be cool. But yeah, so that's not really a lot to go in with this guy. He's kind of plain, but still nice. Don't get me wrong, it's nice to have obviously aliens. So, well, that's that one. And like I said, they all just peg into the stands. I'd put them all on their stands and have them all lined up against each other, so they all stand nice and firm. So that's him out of the way. Next one we'll do. Let me just get his name. His name's Mars Guo or Mars Guao. Anyway, this guy was kind of an unexpected surprise. I didn't expect him to be as good as what he actually was. He kind of looked quite solid in the packaging. Let me just show you his flag first off. So, there you go. Like I said, I just use these plastic Star Wars things to put the flags in. So that's that. But yeah, like I said, this guy was an unexpected surprise. Obviously, his articulation's really shoddy, but like, he's got obviously the swivel shoulders there, but he's kind of got another swivel just there. So that's really cool. I quite like that. I thought that was a little bit of an unexpected surprise. Obviously, he's got these swivel legs as well. So it's not fantastic articulation, but you know, for a guy of this size, it ain't bad at all. And obviously, he's got his weapon as well, which I have no idea what it is. So you make up what that is. And his head is actually on a ball joint, so that's really cool. So you can, oops, not of his weapon. So you can get him in quite a few little poses. My fingers are actually bigger than this thing, so it's kind of hard to review him without obviously covering up his entire face. Now, another thing that I wasn't expecting was obviously these goggles, or flying glasses, or whatever you want to call them, look like they're painted on, they're not removable. And to my surprise, they actually can be removed. I mean, admittedly, the guy doesn't look overly appealing underneath, but they can be removed. So that's really cool. But yeah, it's not an overly pretty looking guy. As a matter of fact, he's got worse bags under his eyes than the Queen. So, yeah, royal family joke. Anyway, but yeah, it's a pretty cool figure. Lovely paint on him. Nice Hasbro writing all over his legs. I have no idea how they managed to write something on so tiny, but oh yeah, pretty awesome, pretty awesome. I have no issues with him at all. Like I said, let me just give you one last quick look at his gun. So, interesting. Sits in his hand alright. Obviously, as you can tell, he kind of looks unstable with it. It doesn't really look like it's meant to be for him. Looks like I've kind of picked him up from a car boot sale and given him a random weapon. But that's that one. Next one. Who shall I do next? Next. Tinto Agalis, I think his name is. It's an Italian name. It sounds Italian. Again, there's this flag. Let me just. So it's quite cool. I put them in the holsters because it doesn't really show you who the flag's meant to go with. It's not on the back of the box, you see. Again, a guy who I thought wasn't going to be that great, unexpected surprise. He's kind of got a swivel head. That's quite cool. And he's got swivel arms, swivel legs. Also, he's got articulation in his tail. so you can swivel it all over the place. Woo, woo, woo. Anyway, the only issue is obviously if you turn it that way, the white bit shows, so better have it like that. It's also got a swivel top part of his body. I'm not even going to try and name body parts anymore. I need to learn them and then I can come back and be an experienced reviewer. But yeah, again, an unexpected surprise. Now this guy is obviously a repack from episode 2, I think it was. They brought him out in Attack of the Clones. And he came with this big like claw thing, but you don't get that now. You just get a flag, so shows how times change. Again, it looked like his glasses were kind of just stuck on there, you know. You think they'll be removable, but actually... Now, admittedly, this guy looks better with the glasses on than it does off. But hey, you guys have the right to look. But that is kind of the freakiest looking face ever. And also one of his eyes is freakishly... well, I think it's been like overpainted or something. So. But yeah, not the prettiest looking chappy in the packet, I'll say that for sure. But still, I mean, once he got his specs on there, he's not too bad. I can hack him. I shall allow him for now. There we go. Got it on, we're fine. So yeah, I mean, his glasses are a little bit loose, but nothing major. Again, it would be nice if obviously we saw some Podracers for these guys, so I can sit them in. But hey ho, if they're only repacking Anakins and sebulbas, I very much doubt we'll actually get some Podracers for these guys. Which is a shame, because I think that's probably one of the most iconic scenes of episode 1. Probably about the only decent scene of it too. Ooh, personal opinion. Right, next one, we'll do Clegg. I don't like Clegg. Prime Minister, that is. Anyway, Clegg Holdfast. Here he is again, there's his flag. A bit of a boring flag, to be honest. Looks like a chip shop kind of design, doesn't it? With a fish tail and kind of some squiggly chips. Anyway, Clegg Holdfast is a repack of the Builder Droid sets, if I remember rightly. Which I probably don't. Now, his goggles are removable, but they're such a pain in the arse to get on and off. And plus the fact he's not even that pretty looking anyway, so... But there you go. They are removable, but once you kind of get it on, you can't bother to take them off. He's got ball joints in quite a few places, obviously, because he's one of the more recent figures. So he's got ball joints in his shoulders, his elbows, and swivel wrists. He's also got kind of a swivel waist, and swivel hips, and ball hinged knees. So that's quite cool, and again he comes with his own little weapon, which is quite cool. It's not my favourite figure, I'll be honest. He's best for the articulation, don't get me wrong. I think this guy kind of saves the packet, because at least you've got one with decent articulation. But, okay. Sorry, Spyro's decided to jump left, right and centre and he's trying to jump at things. Anyway, so yeah, it's a pretty awesome looking figure. Taking on some of that design there. So it's nice to see, obviously they've gone a bit out for this guy. Except for on his back, he kind of looks naked on his back. It's kind of like this, I think he actually is naked, isn't he? No, that's not. That's a bodysuit with armour on top. Ooh, that made me panic then. Bend over. Ah, scary. So, thank God for that. I thought they'd actually given us like a naked figure. So, yeah, a nice little figure. Don't get me wrong. I like the articulation in him, and he is obviously the tallest of the pack as well. So I think Spyro's generally hungry. He's looking at me like he wants to eat me. Not coming to get you. I think he's hungry. Anyway, the next one is Dud Bolt. Now he's the final one of this packaging. So he's one of my favourites. I used to love playing as him on the pod racing games. And again, he was an unexpected surprise too. Let's go through his articulation first. He's got swivel shoulders and swivel hands. Well, and the gun falls off quite easily. He's got a ball jointed head, which is quite cool, and swivel legs. So not bad, you know. Seen worse. I mean, Power of the Force worse, but now his mask actually can be removed. It doesn't get removed too easily, but it can be. So I'll just kind of show you a glimpse there. But you can see you can take it off. Normally what you need to do is pull off his whole head and just kind of slide it over the back way. It's a lot easier. and it obviously saves you stretching your plastic. I'm not sure what this is. Maybe it glows in the dark, or it's something to do with mating, maybe, I don't know. Could be. Or maybe that's like, I don't know, an alien erection. Oh, I can't look at that properly now. Oh, I've put myself off it. Ah! Gross. Anyway, the painting applications on it are really nice. You know, the way they've blended all the colours together makes it look really good. Well, obviously it's a shame that the legs are kind of a paler colour than this bit, but no big whoop. So, what time are we on? 10 minutes, oh dear. It's one of my longer ones. Anyway, final one is Morhonic. Now, he doesn't actually come in the packaging. I just thought I'd cover all these guys while I'm at it. Oh, I forgot to show you his gun with it. There you go. Woo! So exciting. So, Morhonic. He's one of the ones that comes in individual packaging. Ooh, a text. So, he's pretty cool. He's obviously better in articulation and all the rest. But I thought I'd cover him while I'm here. So, pretty nice looking figure. It's got a ball joint here, there and everywhere. It's got ball jointed heads. Let me just pull off this gun. I've seen this gun from somewhere else. I'm pretty sure it's from the Clone Wars. One of my figures has got it from the Clone War, I'm sure of it. I think it might be Bosk, but they've put a handle on it. So it's got ball jointed shoulders and elbows, swivel wrists. It's got this kind of swivel waist, swivel knees, ball hinged knees and ball hinged ankles. So a really good, awesome figure this is. I know he's getting kind of hard to pick up. No idea why. I just kind of picked him up because everybody else wanted him, so I'm kind of glad I picked him up, to be honest, because now I remember where he's from. What's really cool is they've even added the little hole in his ear that he's got. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I really like this guy. This guy's probably one of my favourites now, especially out of all the pod racing guys, so I don't think there's many left to get, I hope. So I know there's a few in the vintage collection that I need to get, so we'll cover that when we get to it. But yeah, so that was the obviously the pod racers, all the pod racing pilots in their glory. So there they all are. The only issue is obviously when you place these guys all together, flags start covering each other up. So, ooh, another one. I am popular. So that's that, really. Woohoo! Oh, by the way, no, I won't go into it. So, there we go. Hope you enjoyed that review, guys. And that's it for this week. I shall see you all next week.